Okay, so that because that your schedule is so strict, I think it'll probably be better just to meet with you once a week. We'll keep up to date on Slack. I'll still continue like doing like my notes. I don't know if anybody has like went back and looked at them. It's
I look at them all the time.
yeah, like I did a recap of what we were talking about. But I think if you could, if you're going to meet once a week, if you could just keep up on Slack, see if there's anything that comes up that you might have questions, maybe at that time, you could reach out to me, Hanlon, Tammy, or as a group, and we could let you know what's going on. If you have any questions, just, like I said, access. But then when it comes to Thursdays, we all get together and then we try to get working on the project as a team and see what we're going to get together at that time. And I think what we're going to do is Hanlon, Tammy, and I will meet other days so it's not so late at night. And
I apologize.
To try to get everyone up to date and, if it is late and that I really thought Mitch was not going to be available this Thursday, we could always just schedule it for Thursday and we could do the sauna Thursday. It's up to you guys, ladies.
Yeah. I mean, I guess we could give Tammy just maybe like 5 more minutes and see if she is hopping on.
Definitely.
Yeah. So we can push it if she doesn't show up. I mean, it's no big deal. But yeah. Because I think, especially with Asana, I think it'll be good to have the whole group
everyone here
go through it together.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
I did go through some of the documentation for Square API. I'm still working on that. So it might be a little bit helpful to like be able to continue researching it. So I have a little bit more information for you guys for Thursday.
Yeah.
I also was starting to write notes about the Square API in my documentation with Whimsical. And then I also drew out I don't know if everyone knows, I definitely know that Hanlon, you don't know what the FullStack flow is and where everything goes because you're data science.
Yeah.
So I made this because I thought it would be helpful, especially that you're going to be working with us. And then if you have questions, I could try to answer them the best I can. Some of the languages and the frameworks and stuff that's on here, I have not touched much or not touched at all. But I was just trying to give like a whole roundabout idea of what is on the front end, what is on the back end, what is part of the database. And then we have like DevOps and mobile. So I just thought that would be helpful because I don't know how much data science you're going to do. And I know you're pretty much coming in kind of blind. So
a little bit.
So I thought this would be a little bit helpful for you. Let me see if I can pull it up. Are you guys able to see my screen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, she want to not work for me. I have where we have the front end. So this is what Mitch and Tammy will be working on. So the basic stuff is like the HTML, the CSS, and then CSS has other levels in there that you could use to help like maneuver stuff around in CSS. So you have less, you have Sass, and then you got Flexbox, and then JavaScript. And then in React, so then you got your frameworks, which is your React, which is a combination of your HTML, your CSS, and JavaScript. It's working components it makes life so much easier where you're not making it from scratch pretty much. It's the React team. I don't know if you know that Facebook is the one that created React. So they were trying to make something where it was a little bit easier to implement these components. Then you have Vue and Angular. And there's another one, I can't remember, my roommate was playing with it. But these are also like other frameworks that's very similar to React. And then you have your styles, which is React Strat, Bootstrap, Material UI, Ant Design. I'm sure there's more, but those are the ones that I know of. And then the tools that we would be using, I have not personally used Webpack. Every time it comes up on my VS Code, I always take it off because I don't use it, and I don't like that it's on there that I don't use it. But we use NPM and then Yarn. I know how to use both. And then the back end would be what me and you will be working on. So you have your PHP, your Node, your Java, your Python, your Ruby, and C#. And then you got frameworks in there, which you might know a little bit more just because I think DS can work with some of these other languages other than Python. But you have your Laravel. Laravel, Express, Spring, Django, and then Ruby on Rails, and then this ASP.NET, which, you know, with research, I've never touched it. I never heard of it. Because I was trying to put it all together. And then we're going to be working also as well on the database. So, and you're probably very familiar with this just because you deal with APIs and creations and stuff like that. So we have like PostgreSQL, MySQL, you got SQLite, Oracle, MariaDB, IBM DB2, and then this one, it says SQL Server, but it's how you say it is SQL Server. And then you got your NoSQLs, which some of these I know of just going through AWS. I have not worked Graph NoSQL, but I'm sure you have.
I have dabbled in it, but barely, but yeah.
Okay. And then this messaging queue, the only one that I know is SQS because that's single queue service, and that's from like AWS. The other two, I don't know.
Okay.
And then the DevOps part is where you're deploying pretty much or putting it in the cloud. So you have your cloud architects, which are all here, configuration management, which I have not touched any of these. I've heard my roommate talk about Jenkins a lot and FullStack. And then you got your deployments, which, you know, I've touched Vercel, I've touched Netlify. I have not done AWS code pipeline, but I have done a lot of studying on AWS. And then your virtualization, which is your Docker, your Kubernetes. Those are the two that I know. I kind of know VMware. The other two, I have no clue what they are.
Me either.
And then mobile, which, you know, how a lot of these boot camps, they kind of mesh the mobile in with the front end.
Okay.
But I put this separate because if you're just working on specifically the apps for the phone.
Mobile specific,
because, you know, in React and CSS, you could actually maneuver it with media queries to manipulate the size of your website. But I don't know if you guys know what SDKs are. I know just because I've been working with AWS, so it's software development kits. So it's like kind of like what an npm install is, or, you know, when you start putting in your dependencies and stuff, it has like a complete package. So with the Android, you have Kotlin and Java, and then I did try to learn Swift.
Me too. I tried to learn Swift, and
Yeah.
I didn't
tried-
dedicate enough time to it, but
Yeah,
it seemed okay, but
yeah, me too. I tried doing it on a Windows computer. Like I actually tunneled into a virtual machine for the actual, I guess, the Mac iOS to work. But because it was so slow, because, you know, it's a virtual machine, so
it's a virtual, yeah.
I was having a difficult time. So
yeah,
I didn't go very far with it. And then I've heard of React Native. I wanted to play with it. I just haven't. And the others I haven't heard, but I saw that. So, but I thought it was just good.
Yeah, this is good to at least see like the actual like the stack the whole entire way through.
Yeah, and it also helped me, you know, as a developer to like look at this and be like, oh, okay, you know, be able to know what's what, especially like when I'm trying to, you know, apply for jobs. I know what areas I'm looking at. But yeah, I thought it would be good. Just yeah, and like I said, I know that there's so much that you have learned with DS, and I know there's some crossover. I just don't know
there is crossover. Yeah.
I just don't know what. So I'm just trying to show, okay, this is what I know, and then if it could work out, and I think it will. You know.
It does.
But yeah, I did that, and I like I said, I did create some notes. I did upload the video, and as I uploaded it, I rewatched it to create the notes. So like some of the stuff that I missed, that I didn't write down, that's where my notes came from. So, and then, like I said, if you guys have questions that you might want to ask Bobby or just in general in the team, I have that link in my notes where you guys should all be able to type in there. I just don't remove anything, just add to it.
Yeah.
I know I got a lot of energy for this late. I'm sorry.
No, it's good. It keeps us all, I don't know, focused or whatnot.
Yeah.
Still.
Well, I think we might just call it, because I did message her as well and she hasn't responded. I kind of figured that she was gonna conk out. Like she did ask Saturday, when are we meeting again? And I told her and she said right. So I'm sure that
she probably like knocked out. She was like, nope, I can't make that.
Or just try to wait up for us and then just
she fell
out.
asleep. Yeah.
Because I could see that happening. Like if I did that, if I was
I was getting sleepy like 2 hours ago, I think, maybe an hour and a half ago, and I was like, oh no.
Yeah, I ended up cooking dinner later because I was so engrossed in what I was doing that I lost track of time. So I didn't start
so
cooking.
It worked out.
Yeah, so it helped, but I was worried that I wasn't going to have enough to discuss, but I'm kind of glad because now I could do a little bit more research on the Square API and get some stuff together, and then we can meet on Thursday.
What time?
That is what I was just gonna ask what you guys would like to do. I am available afternoon.
What time in the afternoon? I'll be available from noon beyond.
That's how I am.
Okay.
So,
okay. I'm available until 4:30 Central.
Okay.
And I think probably an earlier meeting is probably better.
Yeah. What do you guys think about like 2:30?
That's 2:30 your time?
2:30 our time, it would be 3:30 your time.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's fine with me.
Unless you want to go a little bit earlier, let me know.
Like I said, I'm off on Thursday. I usually tinker on my computer. That's the only day I can do everything.
Yeah.
So I'm free.
Yeah, I
I'm
know.
totally free.
I think Hanlon has some interviews that she's doing, so I just don't want to have it where it goes too close.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, right
if-
now, my afternoon is fine. So we can do 2:30. Like that's
Okay.
fine.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'll post that we're gonna meet on Thursday at 2:30.
Yes.
I'll see you ladies then.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, thanks for everything, Sarah. At least we're keeping up with everything.
Yeah.
Well, Hanlon has been very helpful because I wouldn't have known a lot. Well, so was Tammy, because when I first came in, I missed the whole introduction with Bobby. So they
I
have been
totally
very
missed
good.
that. I don't know who she is.
Yeah. So they are very helpful, and I like that Hanlon actually bounces off with me, so it's cool.
At least it's a conversation, not like one person just rambling.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll talk to you
Well,
ladies on Thursday.
Thursday.
Yeah,
Okay.
sounds good.
You guys have a good
Okay.
night.
Have a good night.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.